Are you ready for some Patriots and Steelers?
After Al Michaels was in such a good mood having that Seattle-Dallas game.
He's going to be miserable. He is going to be absolutely miserable. Now, the Steel City today, tough one. Kenny Pickett got knocked out of that game. Mitchell Trubisky comes in. They can do nothing offensively. The game was it's one of those weird games. It was stopped because of bad weather. Big delay in the third quarter. But Arizona really never challenged in this one as they run away to a victory. And
it was James Conner against his old team. James Conner came up huge, though. 105 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, some revenge on the brain there for Conner. Kyler Murray, when he's playing, and now that he's back healthy, this looks like a different football team. My 4.5 under win total is starting to sweat a little bit.
Sweaty, yes.
He's got 3 wins right now on the season for Arizona. But the Steelers, now that it looks like Trubisky's going to have to be the guy on Thursday night, right? You fire at Matt Canada. You have a great offensive day week 1, terrible in week 2. So not to say it's a must win, but if you lose back-to-back weeks at home to Arizona and New England, forget about making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, 7-5, they're right in the mix, clearly. But today, and actually for the second week in a row, because I know that we've talked about the Steelers, how they get outgained every single week.
They do. Actually
did outgain the Arizona Cardinals today, 317 to 282, but not on the scoreboard. They lose 24-10. This game really was decided, I think, on third down. Arizona was 10 of 17. Pittsburgh defense couldn't get off the field in certain situations, and the offense couldn't stay on the field. And obviously, with Trubisky coming in off the bench, 4 of 11 today were the Steelers on third down. And look, it looks like it is going to be Mitch Trubisky, at least for the next 2 weeks. Now, when you're seeing Pittsburgh, even though this was a bad loss to a team that had only won 3 games in Arizona, or had only won 2 games, now a third win today for Arizona. Pittsburgh's still number 1 in the wild card. So they're still right there. Now there's a logjam at 7-5. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Houston at 7-5, and then you still got some 6-6 teams, Denver, Buffalo. So you still got a logjam. So they could stay in or they could find their way out, but they're getting a Patriots team off a shutout today, even though they outgained the Chargers 6-0. 6-0.
That's just in 2023 offensive football. I know it's been tough for New England this year. That's almost unbelievable to me. That at home you're getting 5.5 points and you can't cover and you don't give up a touchdown. I mean, that is embarrassing on all kinds of levels. So you would expect it to be better, but I guess my question is, how is it going to be better?
Right.
That's the problem. If you went back New England, and look, 6.5, it's down to 5.5. Look at the total.
31.5, by the way. This total, I think,
this on Iowa. Iowa State.
This is absolutely, Iowa, Nebraska, or Iowa and whoever.
Yeah, pick your Iowa opponent.
Because as the Hawkeyes failed to put any points on the board in the Big Ten title game.
This is unbelievable, though, Wes.
Yeah, 35 was the look ahead, now down to 31.5 because we're getting likely Bailey Zappi.
Right.
And we're getting Mitch Trubisky. So that's what you were getting. I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything or what I'm going to do with this game. A small lean, because it moved up to 6.5, and then it moved right back down. It's kind of gone back and forth from 6.5. So no real adjustment based on what we saw last week. I would lean to the Patriots just off the fact that they got shut out at home. And look, they know their season is over. Their win total under is already clinched. They're just, this looks like the end for Bill Belichick up there in Foxborough. But you get shut out, man, and a lot of bettors don't want to back you. But I don't know if bettors are necessarily running to the counter to bet the Steelers here and lay almost a touchdown.
No, and again, I had the Steelers today in a couple teasers and got burned by that one. Really non-competitive. Again, Pickett makes a big difference, and you can't really handicap that, but they weren't playing well up until the injury anyway. So, I look at the Steelers offense and I go, I think they thought everything that cured them was by firing Matt Canada, and I don't know that is necessarily the case. So the Steelers, by the way, to make the playoffs, even with that loss today, minus $1.50. If you want to back the Steelers to make the playoffs, that's pretty amazing to me because I don't know how good this team is if they lay a clunker like that. And I'm kind of with you. I lean towards the Patriots taking the points here on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the way to go because The Steelers, we know that they've been very fortunate this year in terms of some luck and the fact they've been out-yarded, I think, in 10 straight games, even though they've now outgained their opponent in 2 straight.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I was wondering how that offense was going to look today, and it even looked sluggish early with Kenny Pickett. So,
probably a game I might end up staying away from.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.